A solid guy would excite me. But if we speaking like what mine was speaking for majority of the women, then we know why the other guy excites her, because it's the money. It's, oh, what can he do for me? It's the benefit that comes along with it. If he's just solid, she like, well, shit, that's for free. Like, what can I get for me? Like, no, bitch, you getting him, he's solid. Because then when you get the rich guy, then he's not valuing you. You're disposable. He got a million ones of you. Now you're not feeling the same way. Now you wish you had the solid guy.
I do have a different question for y'all. So, do boundaries get blurry around successful men?
Wait, what?
You say boundaries or I thought you said batteries, but that didn't sound right. So did you say
boundaries? No boundaries. Boundaries get blurry around successful men.
Absolutely.
Is a pig's pussy pork? Like, what?
Absolutely.
Yes.
If you got enough money, the woman will blur her line.
If you got enough,
do you approve of it? Do you approve of it? Do you think it's valid?
Absolutely not. I told you that's cheap prostitution. What are we talking about? Like, no, absolutely not. That's what boundaries are for. Like, if I'm saying I want a solid guy, I don't care how much money he has, and then Willie's like, I'm a millionaire, and then I draw my draws. Like, why did I even say that at all? Like, what was the point of me saying that? So I just crossed the boundary. If that was my boundary or my expectation, I allowed his money to overshadow that. That wasn't a real boundary. What if I just like if you were saying I want a real woman, and then a cute girl come in with a fat ass, and you do what you do with her? Your real boundary ain't you want real women. You just want something to do. You see what I'm saying? Like, if it's a boundary, you're gonna stand on it because it's rooted in your belief in your conviction system. But if it's not, and again, it's up for grabs, once again, you ain't solid.
What if I said I was a solid guy and a millionaire?
Hey.
All the options.
Well, you're solid. You're solid. That you said it first, solid. You just got the money, but then no, you're solid. So what are we talking about? You're giving me exactly what I want. Why would I not value that?
I can see a reason why it would be good though for like a woman's boundaries to get blurry, because to understand, like, you know what? Oh, you know, for it to have your boundaries flexed. Like, you know, so your boundary could be, you know what? I'm not going to deal with a dude who I don't know can pay all his own bills or is financially stable. And then you see a dude that obviously is financially stable. Your boundary is going to be a little different. Your barrier to entry is going to be lower than it would be for someone who's not. That there's nothing wrong with that. I think the only time that it's like going to be a negative thing is when a woman's boundaries are, I'm not having sex till I get married. But she gets with a nigga with money and she's like, well, I gotta fuck him to keep him. Like, when she changes, like when she does that, I think that's a bad thing. But you know what I'm saying? I don't date guys that are Cowboys fans, but then she meet a nigga that's a Cowboys fan but checks the rest of the boxes and got bread. I don't have an issue with her flexing her boundaries on that.
I was also going to say, I think it depends on whose boundary.
Well, there's only one boundary that matters. Yeah, there's only one boundary because your boundary for you. You can't enforce boundaries on someone else. You can support your boundaries against somebody else's trespass. For anything else outside of you, it's a rule. It's not a boundary. That's a lot of people think that boundaries are, you can set boundaries for other people. You can't.
I agree with that.
Hey, Willie, can you give me an example of somebody trying to set a boundary on somebody else?
Yeah, you're not gonna take your ass outside because if you go outside, I'm gonna be mad at you and it's gonna make me feel this way. That's not their boundary. That's you trying to set your expectation and rule on them. Hey, now you saying I'm not gonna go outside because if I go outside, I'm going to feel away. That's a boundary. Sorry, I was not expecting it.
It's almost like the whole control thing. Like, you get a personal choice.
Yeah. All right. Boundaries are about what you're not going to do. Rules about what you're not going to tolerate or allow other people to do. So,
I guess my question would be to the ladies: why would a overtly successful man excite you more than someone who may be solid, like Miss Pearl's phrase of the night? Why would a solid man not excite you with the same amount of, I guess, vibration? Like, what is it about the just, you know, the placating and the visibles, the verification? Oh, he's good. What does that do for y'all?
It's the known good.
A solid guy would honestly, go ahead, because I'm always on. A solid guy would excite me, But if we speaking like what mine was speaking for majority of the women, then we know why the other guy excites her, because it's the money. It's, oh, what can he do for me? It's the benefit that comes along with it. If he's just solid, she like, well, shit, that's for free. Like, what can I get for me? Like, no, bitch, you getting him, he's solid. Because then when you get the rich guy, then he's not valuing you. You're disposable. He got 1,000,000 ones of you. Now you're not feeling the same way. Now you wish you had the solid guy. You just wish he had a little bit more money. So it's like, that's why I said you got to be solid first. The only reason that other guy is exciting to her is because he has money and she thinks she could benefit from that. And just like Willie and the rest of the guys were saying, she's going to try to use her coochie for currency and hopefully get some. But that guy that's just solid, she ain't going to be able to play them games like that. Because once again, he's solid. He can read through her, money or not. The other guy, he going to play the game because he a trick. That's what they do.
You know how hard it is to get for a man to stay solid when he's getting money? Like it is for guys, they'll tell you. But it's not easy for most niggas to start when they start getting money. It is hard for them to stay solid.
Is that because you get a lot of prostitutes that's in your face willing to sell themselves for easy because they not willing to take that time to get to know you? They just willing to throw it at you, and you just get overwhelmed with the temptation. You just got to take some down.
No,
is it okay? I was just trying to help me figure it out. I mean, there's probably some good women in between, but you getting a slew of some low-hanging fruit.
Pearl, if you ever decide to transition into being a man, if you with no full flares, that's not why. Typically, what we see is because they don't know better. Look, when guys get money, like their boundaries and their morals and their code is based on where they are now, and they have a very hard time translating those same morals, boundaries, and ethics to who they are, who they will be then. Most people don't have the foresight to think, you know what? For me, right? I always said that I would never date white women, right? Always said that. From when I was a kid, the last thing my grandmother said to me before she passed was, don't you grow up and marry one of them white bitches. So understanding that, right? It's just not been a thing for me. So now, I was regular back then. When they say he get on and leave your ass for a white girl, I've learned and understand why that happens sometimes. I still can't do it. So I was able to stay solid on that. However, I also said that I would never ever want to be one of these niggas with like these big crazy ass dogs just because I got money, can afford it, right? When I was younger, I'm a pit bull guy. That is not the dog I have now. So it's just like there's certain things that are just very, very difficult. You know what I'm saying? Core being, fuck who I fuck with. You know what I'm saying? All that stuff, that's not what I'm talking about, even though it does happen. However, it's difficult to say where you're going, what you won't do or will do until you're in that position to do or not do that thing. I could say I love my woman to death while I'm a regular, and I'll never cheat on her. I make $10 million. Now I think I might need to fuck 2 or 3 more bitches. Like, it's just, she just got to deal with it. Like, it's hard for people to do that. So that's why I say it's difficult for some folks to stay solid when, before they were where they at.
Well, Willie, one of my best friends in college, like I told you, I did the reform cheater thing, right? And he never had a girlfriend. So he used to be like, man, I'll never cheat once I fall in love and I get a girlfriend. And I don't see how you did this. He used to tell me this shit every night because we'll just be doing like in college, right? We'll be getting it in. Mm-hmm. He was like, I just don't see how you would be up to this. I'm gonna love her so much and I'll never operate like this. When we got out of school, his ass finally decided to get a girlfriend. 3 months in, this nigga got caught cheating. He calls me sick as hell like she left me because I cheated. I was just looking at the phone like, nigga, you tried to shame me every fucking day of college about being a cheater, and look at your ass now. I was there for him, but people don't know until they get in that situation. And I wasn't a cheater when he was telling me. I was the one that wasn't cheating and coaching him about not cheating. Like, yeah, man, you just gotta kind of be honest about things and then move in a way that's, you don't know until you know.
Well, here's the thing, though.
Go ahead, Becky. Go ahead.
No, but here's the thing, right? People, to your point, like to say things, but yet they still don't have the boundaries or the practice to set it up, right? It's just like broke people saying, well, if I would have had $100,000, I would have got rich. Okay. And I always tell people, let's use Trump for an example, even though people hate him, whatever. He flipped the 100,000 that his dad gave him to 100 million.
Well, his dad gave him 2 million. 2 million.
His dad, he gave him a whole lot more.
Yeah, he gave him 2 million.
His dad gave him 2 million.
He multiplied it by how much though?
After he lost that shit, He didn't just give him that. He gave him his
But he-
connections and
but
his
he got it back.
status and his name. And those
But he got
are
it
what
back.
made the moves. I would say he was savvy and developed the character to be able to negotiate. However, what helped him even more than the money
His
was
name.
the circles that he was already in, the access to the people who already were in the position to multiply his money, because he didn't do it by himself. He had to negotiate with people who were familiar based on his dad's connections.
Okay, so we'll use him as an example, right? His connections is whatever. Most people won't even invest $100 into the stock market to try to turn it into 1,000. And we got all the YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, books. They ain't gonna do it. It's $100 instead of spending it on the new Jordans and putting it in the stock market. Let me see if it turned into some money long term.
You're not wrong, because the crazy part is that
Right.
most people will never really run in circles of echelons. They'll never be in those rooms, and that's fine, right? But I think the part that doesn't get accounted for mainly, I'm gonna pick on the women for a minute. I think